Hello! My name's Winnery Mix, and I'll be showing you Godzilla Domination. So, let's go ahead and get started with a reset, because the very thing I'm going to do here is try to manipulate what seed we get. So every time you play this game, you get a distinct set of kaiju opponents, and also the levels. There's a bunch of different levels, and each fight can happen in a different level. So I'm going to be listening for everyone's favorite, an audio cue. Okay, let's see if I got it. And time still hasn't started. Time will start when I am able to control Megalon at the start. So I will say start, and you should start the timer. And start. So immediately off the bat, we did get the manipulation that I wanted. I didn't want to get knocked down there, but these things happen in this game. I am trying to stomp on all these buildings to build my rage meter. And that's because the rage meter lets me do an amazing attack that hits for a bunch of times and does nearly half a life bar worth of damage if all of the hits connect. And there we go. So, as you could probably guess, yes, this is a Godzilla licensed game. This is the US version that I'm playing. There was a Japanese version as well that came out after the US version, and it was modified in a couple of ways. One of the ways, which probably makes a little bit more sense, is that they updated all the kaiju designs to match what was current in Japan at the time. So Mechagodzilla has like a rocket launcher hanging off his shoulder. Some of the kaiju are slightly different colors. Oh, great. I collected the power-up that makes you not be able to attack. It's the worst power-up ever. Okay. Now we're back on track. So aside from the visual differences, the Japanese version also doesn't have bonus stages, which are sort of fun in this. Also, the aggression of all of the enemy kaiju is dialed up to 11. It is amazing. It's much harder to play, but it's much easier from a speedrunning point of view, because the kaiju won't just wander off like they do in this level. I mean, in this release. So what I'm doing now is a bonus stage. And you might be wondering, why am I getting in the way of all the UFOs? Well, it's to be fast, is the short version. I'm also having rough luck getting any speed power-ups. So, the goal if you were playing this, for points or just casually, is that you'd want to blow up as many of these UFOs as possible for points. What I want to do is get this bonus stage to go away as soon as possible. So the way to do that is for as many of the UFOs to hit you as possible so you can perish. And that ends the bonus stage immediately. I'm blocking because you take as much damage blocking or not, but if you're blocking when you get hit, you won't get knocked down. So with the first bonus stage out of the way, we're on to fight another kaiju, this time Godzilla. Original flavor Godzilla. So you may be noticing with Megalon, who, as far as I know, only showed up in a single movie. Interesting that he was included in this. But the tail swipe is a simple attack. It does good damage. Godzilla fell out of that burrowing torpedo attack, so we gotta finish him off. I also use the jumping drill fist, mostly because it covers a lot of horizontal distance quickly. Megalon is the slowest of the kaiju in this game, but has the most power. So the jumping dash punch counteracts that slowness a bit. Okay, we're in a 2v2 match now. There's several fights in here where you have a, quote, friendly kaiju helping you. But because of how the AI works, and also because we're speedrunning, honestly, a lot of time your helper kaiju makes things worse. The good news, though, is since we did the seed manipulation at the beginning, the worst of the kaiju both to fight against and to have as your buddy, we will only see a single time in the entire run. That kaiju that we only want to see as little as possible is, of course, King Ghidorah. Not because of any sort of particular animus against King Ghidorah, but because King Ghidorah has a magnetic wave attack that moves everybody out of position if you're trying to keep everybody stacked. It also does damage and knocks down other kaiju, but it does so little damage. So in general, we just don't want to see that attack. So anyhow, we're now on the moon for our first free-for-all. The moon does have lower gravity, so if any of the kaiju decide to jump, then they are going to be up in space for a long time. Wasting time. So I'm desperately trying to get everybody stacked up. But because of the weird international release enemy AI, any of them could at any point decide just to walk away and start attacking nothing in particular, jumping into space multiple times. Honestly, this is going pretty well. Okay, we got breathed on, but these things happen with Godzilla. The moon does not have enough buildings for you to stomp on to get your rage meter maxed out, so we just have to use the tail swipe. And here's the second of 2 bonus stages. This time they send ill-advised Air Force attack. Those jets are flying awfully low and they don't seem to be armed. They also aren't taking any evasive maneuvers around Megalon. So, I don't know. So the goal here in terms of speed tech is, as you'll notice, I'm trying to destroy as many jets off of the tail of every wave. That's because the subsequent wave spawn timer starts as soon as the previous wave gets off screen. So the more jets I can take off the end of a wave, the faster the next wave will spawn. I also use Megalon's Napalm Strike to take out a single jet from each wave. And between each mission, you get to see Kanimatsu and her outfit of the moment. They're all great. And here's King Ghidorah, the only time we'll fight regular King Ghidorah. There are enough buildings here for me to max out my rage. Sadly, we are the slowest of the kaiju, so it takes a while to get around. Okay. So you may notice every time an enemy kaiju is knocked down, it takes a certain amount of time for it to get up. There's basically 2 timings for that. There's a quick get up, which takes almost no time at all. And there's like the regular delay, which takes a while. And that's RNG. And while the kaiju's on the ground, it has no hitbox. So you're always hoping, really hoping, that the kaiju will get up quickly. So this is a complete free-for-all, and when I say free-for-all, I actually mean none of the other kaiju can damage each other on this level. They can only damage me. We're also in the snow, so we have ice physics, which is terrible. And we have 3 kaiju that we really like to keep stacked. And unfortunately, Rodan likes to fly all over the place. So I'm going to hope... Okay, we got... Okay. You know, they're gonna walk where they want. Is Rodan gonna come down to say hi? Yes, briefly. Oh, Rodan's dead. Godzilla's almost dead. Mechagodzilla has a lot of health, but I'm gonna hit him with the burrow now. It's not gonna kill him. But now, it's just him. in the corner of the ice rink. And there we go. So at this point, we have finished all of the regular kaiju levels and the bonus stages. All that remains is the final stage. And Kanimatsu's amazing suit. Props to that. We're going to fight Mecha King Ghidorah, who, for weird reasons that I don't have enough time to explain, is for some reason giant. So this is a set piece fight. It also has the worst hitbox in the game. Hopefully I'll be able to time and position everything correctly, so I get all my hits in a timely manner, and don't get grabbed by one of the many Mecha King Ghidorah heads. Two, three, jump back, jump up, stun the heads. 1, 2, 3. We're down to one head. There's 2 phases with 1 head. There we go. 1, 2, 3. Got it. 1, 2. Okay, this is the final phase. After 6 more hits, it'll be time, and I will call it out. Okay. 2, 3. Just 3 more hits. 1, 2, and that's time. That was a pretty clean run. Usually this game is far meaner in a marathon setting, but that was pretty good. Oh, go ahead. Oh gosh. Well, I'll answer the first question first. You can find me at wintery_mix at twitch.tv. Find me at winter.gay on Blue Sky. And you can find me right here on License-thon, helping to raise money. And what's my favorite kaiju? I don't know. I think this game colors my opinion on the kaiju, but Megalon, super-powered insect from underneath the earth, it's just a vibe.